What is barbecue shrimp and why is it called barbecue shrimp when it has nothing to do with barbecue? Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back for another cook video. Today we are going to be cooking the delicious and iconic New Orleans dish, barbecue shrimp. Before we get into cooking the dish, I wanted to talk about the origin of this barbecue shrimp. So the story goes, a man goes on a business trip to Chicago where he tries this dish that's loaded with butter and black pepper, goes back to a local restaurant that he frequents and tells a chef about this dish. And basically the chef goes and makes his own version of that dish. I couldn't find the name of the chef, but the name of the restaurant is called Pascal's Manali. The barbecue shrimp that we know of today kind of originates from that restaurant. But I guess technically the first version of barbecue shrimp originated from Chicago. Yeah, I can't say that. I'm gonna get in trouble. Cut. But anyway, the version of this dish that they created at this restaurant is probably way better than the one that is just loaded with black pepper and butter. There's a lot more ingredients in this version, like garlic, Worcestershire sauce, cayenne, hot sauce, and Creole seasoning. But to go back to the start of why is this dish called barbecue shrimp? The most likely answer that I found was that people thought that the butter sauce with the Worcestershire sauce and the Creole seasoning kind of looked like barbecue sauce, which gave the name barbecue shrimp. To be honest with you, I don't know if that's true, but we're gonna go with it. If you're from Louisiana or New Orleans and you know the answer, leave in the comments down below. So in my opinion, this dish has really nothing to do with barbecue. So for my version, I wanted to bring a little bit of barbecue to the dish itself so that we can do its name justice. And before people in New Orleans get upset at me because my dish isn't gonna be exactly the same as maybe a traditional barbecue shrimp will be, there's a couple ingredients I don't have, but I wanted to make a dish that's super easy and super delicious to make at home. All right, with that history lesson and all those disclaimers being said, let's get cooking. To start this dish off, I went and bought 20-30 head-on shrimp. Now you might be asking, what does 20-30 shrimp mean? Roughly the number of shrimp you get in a pound on average based on their size. I wanted to get something bigger, but this was the biggest my grocery store had at this time. If you can, try to find at least something within the range of 16-20. So to put the barbecue and barbecue shrimp, we are gonna go outside and throw this on the grill. Now at this time, I can make a pretty stereotypical joke.
Good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
But he already did it, so I won't. We're going to grill these shrimp using the SNS and Fogo charcoal. Once the coals are ready, I'm going to throw on a few more chunks in the fire to get a darker, smokier flavor on the shrimp. Before we start cooking the shrimp, let's talk about what we're trying to accomplish right now. We're trying to get some char on the shrimp, but we're not trying to cook them all the way through. Later on, we're going to be taking these shrimp and throwing them into this butter sauce, and we want them to finish cooking in there. Because if we take it all the way now, by the time we throw in the butter sauce, it's just gonna overcook. We wanna make sure we're cooking with really high heat so we can get them charred up and then get them off. Two things that I'm looking for a really good char in the shells, and also if we look down the length of the shrimp, it should still look grayish white so we know we didn't overcook it. That way we can still make sure the center is still raw, so when we throw into the butter sauce, it'll come up to temp. Next, we're going to make the butter sauce that people said looked like a barbecue sauce. First, we're going to start with 1 stick of butter. When it's melted, add about 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. Keep it moving so it doesn't burn. Once you can start smelling the garlic, add in your Worcestershire sauce, hot sauce, and lemon juice. After making this dish, I felt like the lemon juice was really key to this dish. Because everything is super savory and heavy because of the butter, you kind of need that acidity to kind of balance things out a little bit. So let's say you went grocery shopping to buy all this stuff and you forgot the lemon, go back to the grocery store and grab the lemon. You'll be very happy that you went back to grab it. The last thing that we're gonna add is a Creole seasoning. One of the most popular Creole seasonings that I think most people know about is Tony's. If you have some, that would absolutely work perfectly for this dish. But today we're going to be using something very special. Our friend from Lily's Q, Charlie McKenna, sent us this Creole dirt seasoning. He also sent us boxes of rubs and different kind of sauces and things like that. So definitely be on the lookout for future videos where we're going to be using their sauces and rubs. Just to make this clear, he is not paying me to say this. He didn't pay me to make videos about this stuff. I just generally wanted to try it. I'm not making any money selling his products. I have no affiliation with it, but I will say this krill seasoning is really good. So if you guys want to check out what else they got, I'm gonna leave a link to their website down below so you can check out all the different sauce and rubs that they have. Make sure everything is nicely incorporated while not burning the butter. Once I made this batch, I realized that I probably didn't have enough sauce for all the shrimp. So I double the amount of everything before throwing it in. I'm gonna throw the shrimp in, and while I do that, I'm gonna crush the heads of the shrimp so I can get all that good shrimp head flavor into the sauce. If I didn't want that flavor, obviously you can get them with the head off, but it's the best part. So get them with the head on. Then I give them a flip, get the butter bubbling and foaming, and then take the pan off the heat so it doesn't overcook. And now we're gonna let it sit and let it cook all the way through. And then lastly, we're just gonna go outside and toast some French bread on the grill. Let's get to plating. All right, let's give this barbecue shrimp a try. Drag in that butter at the bottom, get some garlic on there too. Nothing wrong with that. I know some people don't like shrimp with a shell on, but I think it really does help keeping all those juices in there, especially with all the butter that we're trying to get all the way through. And also the way that we smash the head of the shrimp, like when we put in the butter, I think you are getting a little bit of that taste. But honestly, sometimes all I'll do is take the legs off and just eat it with the shell, because I kind of like the crunch of the shell. And now we got that bread in the bottom that's been soaking up all that butter. A little extra dunk in the butter. Oh man, this is really good. Definitely would recommend trying this recipe. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I truly enjoyed making it and eating this dish. This is, again, one of the easiest dishes that I've probably done, on this channel, but bang for your buck, like this is it. If you like this video, make sure to click on this video that I made of doing Carolina style pulled pork. And if you're really trying to impress people, click here to watch this video of my smoked prime rib that I did for Christmas. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.